Research suggests that by the end of this decade, nearly 50% of adults will be obese in the United States, while almost 25% estimated to be morbidly obese. In light of this, it's fair to say that the efficacy of current treatment and prevention interventions isn't enough, and that if we want to control these ever rising rates, new ways of doing things need to be developed. Therefore, today we'll be exploring the current literature on two potential new obesity strategies that could help at some point in the future, even if they seem a bit far-fetched at first. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. The first potentially new obesity strategy is deep brain stimulation. It might sound somewhat sci-fi, but this innovation involves implanting electrodes within an area of the brain which produce electrical impulses to influence brain activity in certain ways. And it's actually a well-established treatment for several conditions already, like Parkinson's disease, dystonia, and essential tremor. Currently, deep brain stimulation is controlled by a device known as an implanted pulse generator, which is placed under the skin in the upper chest, having a wire that travels from there under the skin to the electrodes in the brain. However, the location of the device might change one day through the advancement of companies like Elon Musk's Neuralink, who suggest that implanting a device about the size of a coin into the skull is more practical. It's been indicated that deep brain stimulation may help weight through three main areas in the brain: the ventral medial hypothalamus, the lateral hypothalamic area, and the nucleus accumbens. In 2008, Hamani et al. Used deep brain stimulation on the ventral hypothalamus of a 50-year-old man with a BMI of 55 and showed that, without any meaningful diet modifications, the patient lost 12 kilograms. In 2019, a study by Whitty et al. Showed that when the lateral hypothalamic area was optimally stimulated in two obese individuals who had trouble being successful with traditional weight loss strategies previously, they had an increase in the number of calories they burned at rest by 20% and 16%. And a pilot study in 2022 saw that when two morbidly obese women with binge eating disorders experienced deep brain stimulation for the nucleus accumbens, they better regulated their eating habits and decreased their weight over 6 months without any dietary education by 4.5% and 5.8%. Nevertheless, despite the seeming efficacy of deep brain stimulation on weight seen in these studies, others show no meaningful effect. As such, due to the mixed findings, as well as the very small number of research conducted in this field with minimal sample sizes, we're not even close to this potential intervention becoming a reality yet. On a quick side note, if you are interested in undertaking our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. And the other radical intervention that could be developed one day to aid obesity is psychedelic usage in a supervised professional setting. We did tell you at the onset of this video that these innovations might seem far-fetched. Indeed, there's been no studies that have been carried out on humans showing the effectiveness of psychedelics for weight reduction, even if there has been one demonstrating that adults who have used certain psychedelics, like psilocybin, are at lower odds of being overweight. Research in this field is still in its infancy. At the time of making this video, it is still in the preclinical phase, where tests are done on animals to see if it warrants the investigation for a small number of people, usually less than 10, i.e. a phase 0 trial. However, there are theories out there by some scientists as to how psychedelics may be of benefit. For instance, because psilocybin in particular activates serotonin, a chemical that reduces appetite, this may be a way it could assist in weight reduction. Alternatively, psychedelics could help people overcome addictions to sugar and fatty foods and help with weight that way. They're thought to help addiction through their thought disorganization and ego dissolution effects, since they may help break down worn out neural pathways that are supporting the addictive behavior. And there is literature showing the efficacy of psychedelics in helping with addiction. To give you a brief example, a 2016 study consisting of 15 subjects investigating the effect of psilocybin on smoking cessation showed that at 12-month follow-up, about 2/3 of them had given up smoking, which is really something given that the most effective medications for smoking cessation have a success rate of less than half of that. As such, psychedelics helping overweight people knock certain dependencies on bad nutrition isn't out of the realm of possibility. But again, similar to deep brain stimulation and helping weight, research on their usage has a long way to go before they can even be considered to be a new weight loss strategy, especially since there's been a meaningful amount of research showing the risk for severe psychological consequences with psychedelics, undertaking dangerous activities while under the influence, the triggering of psychiatric conditions or making one's already present worse, last seen perceptual disturbances, and development of an abusive pattern of drug use have all been documented as experiences arising from psychedelic use. In addition, those with depression could decide to self-medicate with them, leading to increased mental health difficulties. Therefore, the possibility of using them for any health issue should only be considered if the legality in the country in which you reside allows for it, and if you're advised and supervised by a registered healthcare provider. What's your thoughts on these potential future methods to combat obesity rates? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.